Hey guys, what's up? It's me again, and today we're gonna look at the Sonos Arc. It retails for $799 and it is said to be Sonos' best soundbar yet. And I gotta say that it does look pretty impressive. It's got 11 speaker drivers, and each of these drivers are individually powered by their own Class D amplifier. You've got 8 woofer drivers and 3 tweeters, and since the Sonos Arc is Dolby Atmos capable, its drivers are arrayed to give you a more expansive, open soundstage that's suitable for Dolby Atmos content. For example, it's got 2 side-firing woofer drivers for that added openness to the soundstage, and it's got 2 upward-firing drivers for height effects. This is basically a soundbar that you can wirelessly connect to the latest Sonos speakers to get them to form a 5.1 home theater system, a multi-room streaming network, or a combination of both. And just like a typical Sonos speaker, it's very easy to set up. Took me barely half an hour. Just connect a power cord to your mains, HDMI cable to your TV, then set it up using the Sonos S2 app. This includes optimizing your Arc's sound quality to suit the acoustics of your living room using TruePlay tuning, number 1. Number 2, since you can use the Arc as your voice assistant speaker, you can choose whether you want to use Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa during this process. Now, there are a few ways to listen to music on the Arc. For example, you can stream from your favorite music streaming services, whether it be Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, YouTube Music. These are pretty popular streaming services. You can also listen to music from your personal home music server. So if you've got a music server at home, you can stream directly from your music server through the Sonos app into the Arc. And number 3, you can stream your music over AirPlay. But not just music. If say you're watching a video on your iPad and you want to beam your audio to the Arc, you can use AirPlay to do that. So there's a bit more flexibility with Apple devices when using the Arc. Sadly, the Arc doesn't have Bluetooth, because if it had Bluetooth, then that same flexibility would have been extended to Android devices too. Okay, enough rambling. Now comes the fun part, the sound quality test. And to do this, we're gonna stream some copyright-free music over AirPlay. Same goes for the movie test later. Later on, there's gonna be a movie test, but instead of playing an actual movie, which will definitely get a copyright strike on my channel, I'm gonna play a video game instead, because video games, like the one I'm gonna play, will feel very cinematic, like a movie, but it is non-copyright strikeable.
had problems, I thought we could fix them, but we got tired. There's nothing left to do but to say goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over you, only wish that I knew how to go on. Baby, you and me were so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you, and it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. Back when I met you, we were like fireworks. Thought nothing could break us, but oh.
Wow, I gotta say that at this price point, the Arc is probably one of the best, if not the best sounding soundbar I've heard. And I've heard from a lot of soundbars, I've listened to music on them, and most of them sound like, they sound very boxy when it comes to music. There's maybe a certain degree of stereo separation, but it doesn't feel like listening to music from a traditional stereo speaker setup, like with a separate left and right channel. This soundbar not only sounds like my music is coming from two separate channels. When vocals come on, it sounds like vocals are coming from the screen, like right in front of me. Plus, there's a certain level of height to the music too, so it feels even more like my music is coming from two separate stereo speakers. So it goes without saying that its stereo separation is impeccable, but beyond that, its sound signature, its track separation too it's very clean. And this, I suspect, has got to do with the fact that it's got 11 drivers, right? And each of these drivers are driven individually by its own amplifier. So there's little to no crosstalk between all of these drivers, which will result in a very clean sound. And that also translates to very low distortion even at higher volume levels. Earlier I was playing at 50% volume, but at times I would venture to like maybe 60 or 70% volume, which is very loud. Like, it's 70% volume is maybe too loud for my apartment, but it still maintains its track separation very well. Apart from all that, I've also noticed that Percussion's instruments sounded very tight and snappy, vocals sounded rich, full and detailed, and also a bit forward sounding, as in it felt like the soundbar was projecting the vocals towards me, like in front of the soundbar. But wow, its bass, I mean, I did not expect its bass to hit so low and to extend that far, because most soundbars don't have bass that's like that. Yes, it does not hit below 80 Hz. For that, you probably need to get the Sonos Sub. But in most cases, if you're listening to a lot of music, you're watching a lot of videos, the occasional Hollywood movie, you probably wouldn't need the Sonos Sub, just the Arc will do, because the Arc is able to produce enough bass extension, impact and gravitas to satisfy most people. And sometimes it might even feel like you have a subwoofer in the room. And if you still feel like it's not giving you enough bass, you can go into the Sonos S2 app and dial up the bass in there. It's got a dial for treble and a dial for bass. Just pump up the bass a little, see how it goes, but I suspect that most of you wouldn't even need to touch that dial at all. Now we're gonna see if there is any audio to video lag when watching videos over AirPlay using the Sonos Arc. So we've got a new firmware update for the AirPods Pro. This one's called firmware number 2D27, and it replaces 2D15, which we found to have improved the AirPods Pro's ANC performance. But what exactly will 2D27 do? Is it gonna make the AirPods Pro's performance? Alright, so that looked kinda good, no noticeable lag at all when watching videos over AirPlay using Sonos Arc. Now let's move on to the video game test, or the movie test as I like to call it.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy dropping into the Enemy dropping into the AO.
So that was a sneak peek of my so-called gaming skills, but I thought overall it sounded very immersive. There was a large canvas of sound in front of me, sound effects were being thrown from the top left and top right hand corner, and the hide effects were very convincing. Every gunshot, every impact was deep and immersive, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself playing the game using the Sonos Arc. But what's missing for me, and I'm saying this because you've seen how many times I've died. Very often I died because I couldn't hear anybody coming from behind me, as in there weren't any sound effects coming from behind to alert me of whatever's going on. So as much as the Sonos Arc sounds amazing and immersive from the front and from the sides, if you want a more immersive experience, not only for gaming but also for movies, I will suggest getting rear surround sound speakers. The one that most people will get probably is the Sonos One SL. That's the one that makes the most sense to me because it is by far the cheapest Sonos speaker and it sounds just as good as the Sonos One. So great surround sound speakers for the Sonos Arc. Now, as far as the Sonos Sub is concerned, I personally wouldn't go for the Sonos Sub because I feel that the Sonos Arc already does very well in terms of bass. So aside from the Sonos Arc being one of the best sounding soundbars I've heard, it also looks great. It looks great on my TV console, and I'm pretty confident that it will look great on anybody's TV console as long as it's longer than 141 centimeters, which is the length of the Sonos Arc. And it has a great suite of wireless streaming features, which is very typical of Sonos. But of course, there are some things that I wish the Sonos Arc had. For example, Bluetooth. I mean, if the Sonos Arc had Bluetooth, it would make my life a lot easier because yes, my iPhone can connect to the Sonos Arc using AirPlay, but what if I want to connect my Android device to the Arc? What then? What do I use? I can't use Bluetooth. So having Bluetooth as a connectivity option would definitely make things a lot easier, not just for me, but I believe for many other people too. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section below. Nonetheless, the Sonos Arc $799 is a fantastic speaker. Everybody, I mean everybody who's looking for a nice soundbar should definitely take a look at this one. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please show that you like this video by punching that like button with a vengeance 2020 style and sharing this video with your friends and family. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from this channel, please subscribe and ring the notifications bell because this is the only way YouTube will notify you of new content from this channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you again, bros and sisters. Do svidania. If you're a humble person like me, this shirt is a great way to show your friends how humble you really are. And whenever you look in the mirror, to admire yourself of course, it will also help to remind you to always be humble. So guys, this is a pretty fun shirt to wear. You can check it out in the link below. It's available in t-shirt, tank top, and hoodie. Your purchase helps keep this channel going, and I appreciate your support, bros.